Started from speaking it into existence, because when this program comes, the program that I am getting into, I'm going to get into the school. I'm declaring it, and we are to actually getting it. And that's the update with Kim. In the spirit of this heat, we might just be doing fresh face until winter, because they need to turn the volume of the sun down. It's too hot. It's too hot. It's too hot. And make sure you tune into the Let's Talk Healing series if y'all trying to get that glow. Now let's really get in this for real. We have so much to get into, and I have a little tea for you guys as always. If you didn't watch my last video, I told you all about that denial I received from that school, and it was just like, what y'all trying to say about she's not good enough for y'all? We're not gonna go there. We're in therapy and we don't internalize things. But no, for real, I was literally telling Jesus and my therapist, if I got a denial into the other program that I applied to, I literally felt like I would die, because it was only my obedience that led me to taking the longer path by one, going back to my community college to go take biochemistry again, just to make myself a lot more competitive in that application cycle, and two, being open to pursuing this investment on top of the investments that I would already have to make to become a physician. So if I got a denial, it was going to be like, God, who was I talking to this whole time? I thought I was talking to you. Because if I'm not talking to you, who am I doing it for? And I kid you guys not, I was in the front of my house watching TV. I had left my phone in the room because I was like, you know what, I can't just sit around trying to think if they're going to email me today or whatever. So I'm eating my food and I totally forgot about it. I went back to get my phone. And I'm scrolling through the notifications and I look, all I see is congratulations, Kimberly. And I fell to my knees. I didn't even read the whole email, just thinking about it right now. Imagine this, like, congratulations on getting this far, but God forbid. But I fell to my knees and I started praying, because I wanted to make sure I gave thanks to Jesus first before I go and talk to anybody. Then I called my mama. I called some of my friends. But I was so excited, because if you did not allow this to happen, I don't know, I might have just So with that being said, guess what's going to happen now? Y'all, we're moving. Yeah, I said it. We gotta move. That means I need to find a place so I can rest this little head. Now I'm going to go back in time and tell y'all where are we right now. Got acceptance letter. So that next week Monday, which was last week Monday, I literally was on my bed and I went on ChatGPT and I'm like, okay, can you give me a realistic timeline, including my MCAT journey and also apartment shopping? This is the day I gotta be over there, and these are the 3 places that I'm considering. Chat basically said, you should have signed that lease like yesterday. So I was like, oh. And I said, you know what? We are going to drive up there this weekend. I text some of my friends and I said, hey, who's available? Because I just want to go there. Gratefully, 2 of my friends were able to go. We woke up pretty early. I had Chat set 2 different itineraries of how that day could go, because I was like, we are going on a mission and I want to make sure I do everything I have to do to find the best place and the best investment for that time being. And as I'm telling you guys about this day, I want you to lean into how each experience of each apartment went. And then we're going to go back to a prayer that I made before. We get there and I'm proud of myself doing that almost 4-hour drive, because I want to get used to driving so I don't find myself only staying up there and never coming down here, because I know me. I did that drive and it wasn't that bad. It was pretty cool. But after I finished it, I'm not gonna lie, I felt like a mule. Like my back was hurting. I don't know how people do the truck driving, because pushing that wagon, I got out the car, I felt like a horse. Anyways, we pulled up to the first leasing office. It was actually my number one choice, and I was like, damn, I really hope this doesn't set the bar too high that eventually when we go look at the other ones, I'm just like, or my friends, I know how they are, they're just gonna be like, ew. Especially my little sister. We seen everything from beginning to end. She answered all our questions. We were able to see the room, and it was a pretty nice and easy tour. Great tour. We went to the second one and we approached the leasing office. First of all, there was no parking. We were just like, not setting a good look. Then we go into the leasing office and no one really was expecting us. And when we're talking to the guy, he informed us that it was a company that owned this building before, and they just got this company yesterday. So he has to manually get my information in, and he can't show me a 1-bedroom because he doesn't have access to that yet, but he could show me the 2-bedroom model. And once he said that, something clicked. I told y'all, the prayer. Stay with me. So my friend asked me, how do you feel about that? Are you okay with just seeing the 2-bedroom? I was like, you know what's crazy? The Holy Spirit just dropped into my mind the prayer I made last night, because I felt myself getting a little anxious. So I was like, God, you know what? You take the lead on this. I want to be where you are. I know God could meet us anywhere, but please get me the apartment that you need me to be at, because I want to be wherever you are. And I said, if the apartment is not for me, don't even let me see it, because you know how I am. Could just be a little divided. I don't want to be divided. You tell me the one that you need me to be at. So once he said I can't see the 1-bedroom model because he doesn't have access to it, and I could see the 2-bedroom model, I was like, oh God, you're funny. Because I can't even see it. I'm not living in the 2-bedroom model. And also, you guys literally just picked up this building in a transitional process. I was kind of attentive during the tour, but the whole time just like talking to God, I'm like, you are hilarious. Now let's go to the last one. I already knew this was a newer apartment complex, and there were going to be certain areas, for example, certain amenities that I wouldn't be able to see because they're still currently undergoing construction, but they had some great deals since they were a new apartment. Y'all, I get there and he's literally showing me 2 posters. Granted, he said a lot of the stuff I will see by the time I move in, but a lot of things weren't guaranteed, if that makes sense. And on top of that, when we were looking at the starting prices of the rooms, it was a lot higher than the other ones, which was just like, what's up with that? I was kind of torn because, God, did you answer this prayer so easily that you're just telling me bypass all of this and just pick what I told you to pick? Or am I tripping? But I've learned to understand that God's not a confusing God. You confuse yourself. Ultimately, after looking at all the apartments, and me and my friends, we went over and got some ice cream to just sit down and basically see how do we feel about it. And it's crazy because we all were on one accord of just saying, some of them we didn't even see nothing. The last one, my little sister explained it. It was pure imagination. The last one, we just had to imagine things. But yeah, that was the trip. To tell you where I'm at right now, it's just pursuing the application process and figuring all this out. But one thing I can tell you for sure, it is for sure. I was looking at the data table of estimated total cost. Granted, they estimate a little higher than needed in some places. I'm just like, wow, God. I already knew all of this was going to be an investment. This whole journey to becoming a physician is going to be a huge investment, but God, au devant, moi derrière. You're in the front, I'm in the back. God, don't leave me, just leave me. It's literally all in his hands. Because if it's up to me, wash my hands up. If you didn't watch my first video, go watch my first video and get a little bit more of my personality, because that's how I am. I don't play that. Content might shift into more of a studying and student journey, plus trying to juggle content. Oh wait, we're kind of doing that, but you get what I mean. You get what I mean. But once I get settled in, we're going to lock in with studying because we do need to still get that MCAT score. Oh my gosh, every time we talk, it's always MCAT, my man. So it's something with that test. But soon it's going to be something behind us. Ultimately with studying, I don't even know when we're going to start it again. But like I said, I'm just going to literally, take one step at a time. There's no need to rush. It's like, but falling in love. Whoa. No, literally, because I have to break out into songs sometimes because it's going to just feel like too much. That's my version of just trying to cope. Okay? Don't judge me, just love me. But honestly, y'all, literally, this is a lot. All of this is a lot. It's exciting and overwhelming at the same time. That's why I really just love doing this with you all, because one, I'm hoping it encourages you on your journey of becoming your best self, but also I don't feel so alone. So we in this together, y'all. In the meantime, I'm just literally trying to remind myself to lean into it, Kim. Lean all the way in. Until next time, I hope we're in the final stages of the application process and moving into the furnishing stages. And of course, ultimately finding a way to just being able to study at a greater rate than I currently am able to. I'm just going to continue being realistic because I do not want to burn out. You only get one noggin. Until next time, my loves.